Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the big books and the small books we can read. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Hey, y'all, what's happening? Welcome to the Free Black Women's Library YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Thank you for liking this video, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? My name is Ola. I'm an artist, a cultural worker, and the creator and director of a social art project called the Free Black Women's Library. And on this channel, I talk about books, movies, TV shows, and just pretty much anything that tickles my fancy at this point. And I'm tuning in to you live from the Free Black Women's Library here in Brooklyn, New York. And today I am talking to you about books because guess what? I have another book haul. This is becoming a weekly thing. And you know what? I kind of like it because basically, when I first started this project, I started it with 100 books that were partially my own personal collection and also books that people had donated. And when I first started this project back in 2015, I remember the very first step to doing this work was writing an email that I blasted out into the universe that said, hey, y'all, I'm starting a project that is going to focus on the writing of Black women. So if you think there are any books that you feel like I should have in this collection, send them my way. And people have been sending me books for 10 years now at this point, which is why I have so many books. And it's pretty cool. So last week I had a book haul that I shared with y'all. Go check out that video the week before. And once again, I have a book haul for y'all. Now, this one comes from a member of the Free Black Women's Library community who has taken some writing workshops here and is moving out of the city and going to be doing a little traveling. So she's cleaning out her book closet and decided to donate a lot of the books from her collection to the library. Anyway, enough of that jibber jabber, enough of that chippy chap, rambling chit chat. Let's get into it. All right. She donated 44 books to the Free Black Women's Library collection. So I'm going to do 2 videos so that this one isn't too long. I'm going to share with you about 22 books that she donated, and I'm going to do another video with the other 22 books that she donated. And let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Let's get started. So the first book in this donation is called Swing Time, and it is by Zadie Smith. Zadie Smith is a Black British author, and Swing Time is about 2 brown girls who dream of being dancers, but only one, Tracy, has talent. The other has ideas about rhythm and time, about Black bodies and Black music, what constitutes a tribe or makes a person truly free. It's a close but complicated childhood friendship that ends abruptly, never to be revisited, but never quite forgotten either. This sounds good. I have not read Swing Time, but I definitely love books about friendship, long-term friendship. I'm currently reading a book called The Wilderness by Angela Flournoy. I'm almost finished with it, and it's really good. And it definitely delves into the topic of like friendships between women. Next book, Making Face, Making Soul by Haciendo Caras. Creative and Critical Perspectives by Feminists of Color. This is edited by Gloria Anzaldúa, and it's giving anthology vibes. It's from the co-editor of the award-winning book, This Bridge Called My Back. An illustration on the cover is pretty cool. I'm not familiar with this book at all. And it's got some annotations. It looks like this is something that she probably used for a college course or a master's course. It's got some highlights. And although it may seem odd, we do accept books with annotations and highlights in them. Some people enjoy seeing what other folks have written in response and what other people highlight. Some people like that. I'm one of those people. I find it curious what other people find curious. Next book, The Tyranny of the Majority by Lani Guinier. Fundamental Fairness in Representative Democracy. Now, this is giving a political text. It's listed as current affairs. The Tyranny of the Majority. Did I say minority? The Tyranny of the Majority. Interesting. The only thing I know about Lani Guinier is that she was in the political realm in some ways. Don't know enough about her, don't know anything about this subject, but let me know if you do. Must reading for anyone who cares about race or democracy in America. I can't say that's me. Next up, a classic from the Free Black Women's Library canon, The People Who Could Fly. What y'all know about The People Who Could Fly? Virginia Hamilton. It's magical realism vibes, American Black folk tales, illustrated by the infamous couple, Leo and Diane Dillon. Their illustrations are always dope. Let me open that up for y'all so you can see the whole thing. Something fell out of there, a little note card. That looks private. So yeah, The People Who Could Fly by Virginia Hamilton. This is a classic canon piece. Next up, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens, Alice Walker. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but this is one of my favorite books, Womanist Prose. For those who are interested in the concept of womanism, I think this is a really good place to start. As you know, Alice Walker is the same writer who gave us the classic novel, The Color Purple, as well as Temple of My Familiar. Yeah, she's goated, Aquarius. And she's amazing. And I definitely recommend this one for those who are interested in womanism or in Alice Walker's work. Next up, When Chicken Heads Come Home to Roost. A hip hop feminist breaks it down. This is by Joan Morgan. And Joan Morgan is a Black cultural writer who began her writing career at the Village Voice, which was one of the best things about New York City at one point was this paper called The Village Voice that came out for free, and came out weekly, and it was just an awesome alternative, radical, wonderful newspaper. A dear friend of mine, Greg Tate, may he rest in peace, was one of the key writers for the Village Voice, and Joan Morgan also wrote for the Voice. And this is a critique on hip hop music, and if you're a Black feminist attempting to reconcile your love of hip hop, which is often very misogynist, very anti women, reconciling your love of hip hop with your Black feminist politics and praxis. Yeah. So this is something she wrestles with in this book, When Chicken Heads Come Home to Roost. Another Black feminist text in this pile, Representation of Black Feminist Politics by the great Joy James. Yes, shadowboxing, baby. Joy James. Now, Joy James is one of my favorite Black feminist scholars, Black feminist writers, thinkers. Love Joy James down. Shadowboxing represents an explosive analysis of the history and practice of Black feminisms, drawing upon political theory, history, and cultural studies in a sweeping interdisciplinary work. Joy James charts new territory by synthesizing theories of social movements with cultural and identity politics. She brings into the spotlight images of Black female agency and intellectualism in radical and anti-radical political contexts. challenging us to rethink our understanding of the changing Africana presence in American culture. From a comparative look at Ida B. Wells, Ella Baker, Angela Davis, and Assata Shakur, to analysis of Black women in white cinema and the Black man in feminist coalitions, James focuses attention on the invisible or the forgotten. Joy James. She is a professor of political theory and Department of Africana Studies at Brown University. And yeah, goated. Joy James is that girl. And I would love to read this book with some of y'all. This is the kind of book that for me, and it looks like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. This is the kind of book that is, I think is meant to be read with others because it's a type of book that requires discourse. So let me know if y'all want to read this together, because I would be down to read Shadowboxing, Representations of Black Feminist Politics by Joy James with y'all. I'm trying to talk super fast because I don't want the video to be too long, but let me just slow down, and hopefully y'all will just let it play in the background as opposed to whatever, or maybe you'll watch it at 1.5 speed. But I know that videos that are too long don't do well in this world of fast. But me attempting to talk fast means that I'm pronouncing words wrong and I'm not really sharing my ideas properly. So let me just slow down. Next book. But some of us are brave. All the women are white. All the Blacks are men. But some of us are brave. Black Women's Studies, edited by Gloria T. Hall, Patricia Bell Scott, and Barbara Smith. Love that picture of them on the back. Love that picture, especially the hair, the bangs is given. So good, so good. Yeah, this is a must read. If you consider yourself a Black feminist, if you're interested in Black feminist politics, Black feminist exes, Black feminist ethics, Black feminist praxis, this is a great starting point. This is a great reader. This is a must have. So I'm getting the thought that maybe this person probably took a Black feminist course because I'm seeing a theme here amongst the books that she gave us. Next up, Colonize This. See what I'm saying? Young Women of Color on Today's Feminism. Love that cover. Women's Studies, Ethnic Studies. This is also an anthology of sorts. There's a chapter in here on organizing. I'm seeing some familiar names: Leah Lakshmi, Gwendolyn Pooh. Yeah. Colonize This. Next up, goated. Black feminist thought, Patricia Hill Collins, Knowledge, Consciousness, and the Politics of Empowerment. Y'all already know, I've talked to you about this once before, but this is also a must read. I would put this and But Some of Us Are Brave in the same category. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in diving into the world of Black feminisms, these two are definitely, they need to be on your shelf and you need to be reading them. All right. Now, I kind of sorted out the donation. So all of these books are by the same author. All these books in this donation pile. Y'all still with me? Boom. Remembered Rapture by Bell Hooks. Remembered Rapture, The Writer at Work. Boom. Killing Rage, Ending Racism, Bell Hooks. Boom. All About Love, New Visions, also Bell Hooks. Boom. Sisters of the Yam, Black women in self-recovery, bell hooks. Rock my soul, Black people and self-esteem, bell hooks. Communion, the female search for love, bell hooks. Bone Black, memories of girlhood, bell hooks. Yearning, race, gender, and cultural politics, bell hooks in the building. Breaking Bread, insurgent Black intellectual life, bell hooks and Cornel West. Haven't read this one. The relationship between bell hooks and Cornel West is something that I haven't grappled with in a very intricate manner, but I am curious about it. Last one, teaching to transgress. Education is the practice of freedom, bell hooks. In Teaching to Transgress, bell hooks, writer, teacher, and insurgent Black intellectual, writes about a new kind of education, education as the practice of freedom, teaching students to transgress against racial, sexual, and class boundaries in order to achieve the gift of freedom is, for hooks, the teacher's most important goal. Teaching students to transgress against racial, sexual, and class boundaries in order to achieve the gift of freedom. She ate with that. That's the teacher's most important goal, according to Bell. One thing I do know is a lot of people who work as educators, whether they be professors, high school teachers, middle school, it doesn't matter. They often praise this book as something that really inspired, invigorated, nurtured, critique their teaching practice. So I would definitely recommend it for y'all who work in the education realm, even if you don't necessarily teach, but maybe you're a principal, maybe you're a school counselor, maybe you're a school librarian, right? I would definitely look at this one. Maybe you're just a workshop facilitator. Not just, but I'm saying like maybe you don't work in the academy, but you do work that involves sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing an idea with the community. That's a form of teaching as well. So yeah, it says Bell Hooks speaks to the heart of education today. How can we rethink teaching practices in the age of multiculturalism? What do we do about teachers who do not want to teach and students who do not want to learn? How should we deal with racism and sexism in the classroom? Full of passion and politics, Teaching to Transgress combines a practical knowledge of the classroom with a deeply felt connection to the world of emotions and feelings. This is the rare book about teachers and students that dares to raise critical questions about eros and rage, grief and reconciliation, and the future of teaching itself. To educate as the practice of freedom. I love how that sounds. Yeah, so this person who donated about 44 books to the library, I just shared with you half of the pile that they gave us. And half that pile is Bell Hooks Down, which I really appreciate because Bell Hooks is my favorite Black feminist author. I love her down. I consider myself a Bell Hooks super fan. So this has me doing cartwheels in my brain. So that's one pile. And then the other pile that I shared with y'all is a mix. We have the Zadie Smith, we have the Womanist Prose, and we have the Black feminist texts in the mix, as well as the magical realism, the Afro soul mythology, the Afro diasporic mythology with the people who could fly. So yeah, I'm going to come back to y'all with part 2 of this week's book haul. So please click on that video when you get to it and give it a thumbs up as well. And thank y'all so much for watching my channel. Appreciate the support. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.